Aloha, and this is a route analysis, and we've got 3 out of 6 stars. For the first star of profit, we earned around 1.3 million, so we got a star for that. We got a contribution margin of 38.9, which is relatively higher than the benchmark margin of 30%. And the third star comes from not borrowing any money for an emergency loan. And the fourth and fifth one is the inventory end. And with the inventory, it's because we ran out of stock, and so we have not maximized our opportunities of actually selling to our customers, and there we lost a point. And with the stock price fell a lot by $2.2, and this might be because we were investing too much and loaning too much, and so we couldn't actually get much returns, and that would be the point. And so it will also affect our shareholders, and they might actually sell their shares. Okay, and then the analyst report we got, well, for round 2 we got not that good a score really. So for our revenue margins, which is we got 50%, and then yes, here we didn't actually get that good of a contribution margin that we should have, because it's just bad. And we just probably spent too much, but we didn't get too many returns really. And for the profits, we didn't do that well either, which is about 30%, and that would be because of our heavy investments and poor returns again, and we also stocked out. The emergency loans we did well because we didn't borrow any money. Working capital was at 50%, and here it says our current ratio is greater than 2.0, and so yeah, our current assets minus current liabilities are working capital, so we did okay, so we're actually not actually losing money by when we're operating our business and producing our products. With market share, it was 0 for this round, and that would be because it didn't sell well, and it's just bad. Yeah, and forecasting was also bad. We didn't actually forecast that well, and yeah, we stocked out, and so we missed out on a lot of our sales. And customer satisfaction, they weren't really satisfied because of maybe the product's price, and maybe it's and TBF. On the productivity scale, we did okay, around 90%, and that would be because we worked efficiently, and we also use automation, so that helped reduce the labor cost from the total cost of producing the product, and the financial structure was at 50%, and so it's relatively okay. Hello. Okay. Financial structure. Okay, it's the financial structure of our company, and so total assets right now is about 1.3 to 1.5. So this ratio is total assets to total equity, and so it's okay. Wealth creation, we're actually creating a lot of money, but we're not actually. We should spend more of this wealth on other criterias of this, and that would be the analyst report. And for the annual report for round 2, so here we are relatively low on the ROS, and our turnover is around is a little bit lower than average, I think, for the turnover, but then, and we're on the assets / equity or leverage, we're really low. Our returns are also much lower than average, but like the others, we didn't spend anything on emergency loans. Our sales were really low again, probably around half of the second lowest team. But we did get higher EBIT. We did get higher EBIT. No, we did. No, doesn't matter. So basically everything we did was below average, and our profits weren't that much. They were like really low. But then our sales were pretty high, around twice as much as Ferris, which was the same 17. And our contribution margin was also the highest. So here we can see that our costs were a lot higher, but our variable costs were relatively lower than the others. And we generated colorblind, so I can't see properly, but we generated the least profit. So yeah, and so currently we only have 7.17% of the market, which is also the lowest. Here we can see the price of the stock, and here we can see we're around like 3 cents lower than Team Erie, yeah, and so everything else is basically lower than everyone else's, and yeah, our yield, however, is 5.1%, while the others are 0%. Here we can see that we're around the middle of the closing stock price. Here is the bond market summary and face. So our yield is above average right now with the other teams, and yeah. Excuse me. So net income here is also lower than everyone else's. The inventory, we have 0 inventory, while the others have some left. And so this means that we stocked down. That's a bad thing. And so our cash really have around 5.7 thousand, while the others have over 10. Well, except for Ferris, everyone else has over 10,000. and that would be bad. So here, not only is our team out of inventory, but also Baldwin. But everyone else does have those things, yeah. And from the total liabilities, we can see we almost have 3 times more debt than others. And that would be probably our downfall so far. And we also have lower sales, and that would be bad. So, but our net profit is also lower than everyone else's because they're working more efficiently. And here, you can see that here our capacity to produce is about the same as everyone else's, but then our actual production levels are really low, while the others have went beyond their capacity. Yeah. Okay, and our primary segment is the lower market, so we only sold around 600, which is like half of the others. But we got the highest contribution margins in that market, and that would be a nice thing. Yeah, and plant utilization was 66%, while the others were above 100%. Here we can see, we can't actually, but we're around in the middle, I think, in the market, in the low market segment. And in the higher market segment, I can't see either, but I think we're not doing that well either. Yes, and here, market share, we only have a very small percentage of less than around 8 or 7% in both the low and high market segments. Yeah, and that is it. Thank you.